What is up, heavy metal fans? This is Heavy Metal Pokemon here, and we are bringing you the team builder for DBL Week 4 against the Minnesota Wild Charge and their coach, Sharp Dress Gaming. I am here with my assistant coach, JarrBoss.
What's up?
Alright, so we're going to run over the teams that we prepped and made for the battle.
You got Jar support this week, bro. You'll be fine.
Be fine. I got Jar this week. Last 2 weeks I didn't have Jar, and I lost.
I think it says a lot that I am the greatest Pokemaster ever.
You are.
Alright, good. Okay, you want to flash them the team stuff, Eric? On something?
Yep, got the teams flashed up.
Alright.
Here, you want me to share screens?
Yep.
I might have.
Probably.
Damn. There we go.
Alright.
Cool. Alright. So first we got Ding Dong.
And we are bringing Ding Dong because his team has a plethora of threats. His team is Conkeldurr, Scizor, Milotic, Mega Gardevoir, Hydreigon, Mamoswine, Magnezone, Celebi, Typhlosion, Braviary, Armaldo. So, Eric, why did we bring Ding Dong this week?
Brian Ding Dong, it's got pretty bulky special defense. We brought kind of a funky set for the Magnezone.
Magnezone usually has a good matchup against Bronzong, but not with this set, Eric. Not at all.
No, we're running the Heat Proof ability this week for the HP Fire, and Light Screen literally does 2.
It does about 12% from the calc. So, and that's Scarf. We anticipate he'll bring Scarf to deal with Skarmory easier, to deal with a lot of Eric's threats easier. Mainly, that would include, it can also handle, you can put a big hit on Eric's Mega Gallade, do a lot of damage to Sylveon, and we think Scarf is the best way to go. So this Bronzong is literally a wall to his Magnezone he could potentially have, and it's also here to take on the Mega Gardevoir. Special attacking Mega Gardevoir can do literally nothing to this Bronzong. It sets up the Light Screen's Magnezone, tries to come in, and it just EQs and literally 2-shots it. So that's kind of the plan.
76% on the EQ. Gyro Ball will, should, one hit. If not, it'll be a 2-shot, depending on rocks or not.
And it'll go Gardevoir. Pretty easily. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the plan. This thing, it's pretty much there for those 2 things because we're very, very sure he's bringing both Mega Gardevoir and Magnezone. It's also just in general can handle the Celebi, handle the Typhlosion because of the ability to have Heat Proof, so it actually handles Typhlosion pretty well.
Yeah.
It's overall really good. It's kind of the first thing we decided to bring this week. Alright, move on to the next Pokemon.
Move on to the next one. We have Superman the Mega Gallade.
Very interesting Mega Gallade set this week, isn't it?
Yes.
You want to explain to the people this set, Eric?
Alright, so 176 speed EVs allows us to outspeed everything on his team barring Scarf. But since it's Mega, we can't Scarf it, so... So we outspeed everything before Scarf.
Yeah. And just in case he has Scarfers, you can see we have a Galvantula, you can probably imagine what that's going to do.
Man.
But, Eric, explain to these people the moveset and what this Gallade is here to do.
Alright, so this week we're just going to run 4 attacking Gallade instead of setup Gallade. All the moves can either one-shot or pretty much 2-shot everything that's on his team. Close Combat is a 2-shot on the Milotic. Zen Headbutt's going to put in work on whatever it hits. Poison Jab can almost one-shot the Mega Gardevoir.
If we get rocks, that thing's gone.
Yeah. Fire Punch will take on the Magnezone for us.
And the Scizor.
And the Scizor as well.
So, this is a wall-breaking Mega Gallade set. That base 165 attack is really going to put in a lot of work this week. We're going to wall break through his team since it's not the bulkiest team in some aspects, and the fact that we can literally 2-KO everything on his team makes this Gallade a threat this week, right?
Right.
Plus, we will outspeed everything on his team if we can, besides obviously Levitators, if Daisy can come through, but we'll get to Daisy in a minute.
Daisy.
So yeah, this thing has the perfect coverage to deal with his entire team, and we gave it some bulk to live special hits better. I believe this thing can actually, surprisingly enough, live a Dark Pulse from a Specs Hydreigon, I believe. Do not quote me, but because of its massive spit, it has the highest spit up of a fighting type Pokemon type. It's Gravity.
Let's count.
That's why. I believe it can, but I'm probably wrong.
I don't have to spend
It's good to get it out. Yeah, with our HP investment, we can live a spec store. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
The set's gonna definitely put in a lot of work.
So there we go. So yeah, instead of the setup move, 4 attacks, we're just gonna beat everything in the face.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, on to our physical wall robot chicken.
Now, this is probably the stupidest or silliest bring because the opponent has a freaking Magnezone, the #1 counter to Skarmory. And we're max defense, so it will literally OHKO us. But, Eric, why don't you explain to the people what Skarmory is here to do?
Skarmory's here just to do physical wall Skarmory things. Rocky Helmet to take on physical attackers will help us pretty much just wall the Braviary on his team.
Yeah, this thing is our check to Conk, Scizor, Mamoswine, and Braviary. It eats hits from all of them extremely well. Thunder Punch from a Conkeldurr will not even two-shot this thing because it's a Skarmory, so... I know Conkeldurr's a Conkeldurr, but it's a Skarmory. So.
It's a Skarmory. We're rocking Spikes, yeah. Whirlwind, Brave Bird, and Roost. Just sit there and do Skarmory things.
And the Whirlwind is there to prevent the Magnezone from trapping us right away, because if we get a Lair Spikes up and he doesn't go into Magnezone, we can Whirlwind him on his switch to Magnezone and keep that thing out. And we really don't care if that thing traps Ding Dong. Like we said, Ding Dong literally smashes that thing 1v1. So, yeah, Eric, you're really going to have to play well with this Skarmory. Keep it away from that Magnezone, right?
Yep.
That thing will destroy this Skarmory.
Don't die, Skarmory.
But
don't get electrocuted.
It is a win con this week because, like I said, it walls a majority of his very powerful physical attackers. Mamoswine, Braviary, Scizor, and Conk again have no business dealing with this Skarmory.
Get out of here. And then Rocky Helmet, any physical damage, most of the stuff, we're gonna do more damage to them than they do to us. So.
Yeah.
Always fun.
It's hilarious how much damage Bullet Punch from a Scizor does to this thing.
Alright, next up we have Arcanine, the monster, rocking an offensive...
But, because we're chicken... we're talking over each other. I'm here. Here.
You there?
Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Alright, cool. So, because we are chickens and we're still scared of Scizor and our Skarmory getting trapped, this is our contingency.
Yep.
It also checks Mega Scizor without the defensive investment, and it's just here to pretty much be offensive Arcanine, which isn't ran as much as it probably should be because of how good the defensive set is. Oh, it's so good. This thing can literally is another thing that can two-shot anything on his team besides the Milotic. So we can take out all of his threats with this thing. Unless the Typhlosion can be two-shotted by close combat, but we gotta be careful about giving that thing the Flash Fire boost, obviously. So that's something we have to watch out for. But like we said, this thing is here to leftovers to get the recovery back from Wild Charge and Flare Blitz, and it can two-shot the Gardevoir if rocks are up and a few spikes, or one spike, or something like that. But it is here to wall break as well as the Gallade.
And this time I'm going to actually use extreme speed when I'm supposed to and not just be Ding Dong and let everything die.
Eric came to me after the battle with the Hawlucha, and he said, "What was I supposed to do, man?" I'm like, "The Arcanine had extreme speed, right?" And he's like, "I didn't want to activate Unburden."
I thought Unburden was that other thing. What's that other ability? Defiant. I thought it was Defiant.
Which still doesn't affect extreme speed, but never mind. So he knows now. You learn, you get better. It's okay. He's gonna use it. He's gonna knock something out.
We're running Adamant instead of Jolly, just to do damage.
His team has a large problem with speed. It has very decent speed. He literally doesn't have a Pokemon that can reach over base 100 speed, and that'll pose a problem for him in this matchup if Daisy can do her thing, because then this Gallade and Arcanine are just gonna plow through his team. And that's kind of the goal. It's just these two to just destroy his entire team, break down his walls, break down his offensive threats by outspeeding them, and just nuke. So that's the Arcanine.
That's the Arcanine. There it is.
I personally always go with shiny and name it Goldie, but we're gonna go with monster.
Monsters. What I've named it forever.
All right.
All right.
So this. Go. Not doing this. Go.
Next up is Daisy, the Galvantula. Focus Ash, Compound Eyes, Normal Set, Bug Buzz, Sticky Web, Hidden Power, Fire. Actually,
What are you talking about, bro? This is a whack set.
all right. I thought
Never
it was
seen
normal.
this.
I forgot.
So this
I forgot
Galvantula is
Hidden
here to
Power,
do
Fire.
what every Galvantula ever does: set up webs. His team lacks hazard removal. I think his only access hazard removal is Defog Braviary and Defog Scizor, which obviously Rapid Spin Armaldo, but
Yeah.
those obviously aren't the best hazard removal, especially since that's a wasted move slot in my opinion on Braviary and Scizors to bring them with Defog. That's very much a waste. So he'll pretty much be restricted to Rapid Spin Armaldo in my opinion.
Awesome.
Would you agree?
I would agree.
That's gonna kind of tie into the next Pokemon we're bringing.
Yep.
So
All right, so there's that.
yeah, pretty standard. HP Fire for Scizor, obviously Bug Buzz, Thunder on Milotic, but this thing is here to spin block that Armaldo.
Block.
Keep our rocks, keep our spikes, keep our webs up. It's very nice hazard stacking synergy we kind of got going here.
Yeah.
Has 252 attack investment, 52 HP investment, and that of nature. It's don't worry about why we're laughing. It's not important.
Not important.
All right, Eric, why don't you walk people through why Golurk is here?
All right, so rocking the Assault Vest set, no guards. That way we don't miss this 50% accurate dynamic punch.
Please remember that.
I'll try. So,
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna hit all the moves. That's coverage for everything. Spin blocks for us.
Yeah, spin
Can
blocks for Armaldo.
Pretty much wall the that one thing, the Magnezone.
Yeah, this is also here for the Magnezone. A flash cannon from I believe Specs Magnezone will do about 40%. Scarf will do about 30 to 20. So this Golurk is here to pretty much, that's our, kind of like we have a contingency plan for Scizor, this is our contingency plan for Magnezone if Ding Dong can't handle it.
Yeah.
This thing also can take a hit,
A hit.
I stress a hit, from Mega Gardevoir and proceed to OHKO it back with Heavy Slam,
Heavy Slam.
since we are Max Attack Adamant.
Yes.
Right, Eric?
We are max attack adamant.
Right.
Right, with max HP and 4 defense.
So the goal of this team is to get our rocks up, get our spikes up, get our webs up, and then block the Armaldo from spinning with this thing. We have the Stone Edge because it is super effective on Armaldo. Rock does not resist rock, as I once thought. And I learned that because my Mega Aerodactyl died to Stealth Rock's re-entry and I cried.
Oh no.
Doesn't matter. It's over.
It's over.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the point of this team. So the point is to get webs up, get spikes, get rocks, and weaken all of his threats down to a point in which our two offensive mons, two fast offensive mons, Orchid and Gillade, can outspeed the entirety of his team and literally two-shot to OHKO everything. After obviously spikes and Stealth Rock, we're going to be OHKOing a lot of things, more than 2-hit KOing,
Yeah.
which is kind of the plan.
Hitting everything.
So Eric, how confident are you going into this week?
I'm feeling good about this week. I'm feeling this game is finally going to be no hacks on me, and I'm feeling better.
For those of you who are unaware, Clefables out there, Eric has lost his last couple of matches, all to hacks, including NBA and all that. It's been going very bad for him with hacks, but I
flinches for days. That was bad.
it was. It's not been pretty, but Eric, this is your week, man.
This is my week. I'm feeling it. New channel,
I really
new
like
wins.
I really like the synergy this team has against his. I don't see anything that we haven't planned for, honestly. We might regret not having as much for Milotic, I suppose, but I feel like all of his offensive threats are in check unless the Conkeldurr is... Skarmory's not there to check the Conkeldurr. That thing could become a problem. But Zen Headbutt Gallade will probably 2-hit KO, if not totally obliterate it. So, Eric, any final thoughts on the team?
No, I think I finally got a good mashup. We got a good mashup going here. The team works well with each other. We cover each other's weaknesses, and
And I
We're
really
gonna
like the
win.
fact we're not scared of Magzone. We're bringing 2 steel types.
We're not scared.
We're bringing our 2 steel types to
Yeah,
fight a Magzone.
that's what's
I
up.
like it.
Bam.
Alright, take us out.
Alrighty. Go ahead and leave a like rating if you enjoyed today's team builder. Go ahead and leave a comment down below using the hashtag Rapidash Hype if you are excited for this match against the Minnesota Wild Charge and the sharpest dressed gamer in all of the land, Sharp Dress Gaming. Go ahead and headbang that like button for us. And as always, bros, keep gaming.